Welcome to part 2 of my Plague of Shadows movement guide. In this episode, I will be covering how the various relics affect Plague Knight's movement and how they can be used for him to travel faster and more efficiently than normal. Note that this video will not be covering their basic functions, as those are all relatively obvious and can be figured out by playing the game normally. Plague Knight's relics can be divided into 3 general categories: bombs, potions, and momentum killers. First, we will cover the properties of bombs. The bombs category includes the bait bomb, big boom, and smoke bomb. The main appeal of these weapons, especially the big boom, is that they can be thrown both forward and backward without halting any of Plague Knight's momentum. You can throw these bombs backward to turn Plague around for easy damage boosts, which lets Plague get hit into enemies and uses invincibility frames from getting hit to skip enemies without fighting them. This is opposed to the regular bomb throw, which gives Plague Knight a little float and stops his momentum every time it is used. The big boom and bait bomb can also blow up dirt blocks in your way without stopping your momentum. All of the bomb items also have the property of forcing Plague Knight to immediately reach his maximum fall speed, which can be used as a frame saver. The potion category includes the Berserker's Brew, the Leech Liquid, and the Fleet Flask. When used, the Fleet Flask starts out in the same drinking animation as the Berserker's Brew and Leech Liquid, but makes Plague Knight run at a higher than normal speed with a hitbox in front of him, allowing him to run through dirt blocks and enemies. He can also jump and burst out of this animation, carrying his momentum until he hits a wall or the potion wears off. While these properties are exclusive to the Fleet Flask, all 3 potions allow the player to charge a bomb burst during the drinking of the potion. This allows you to use the Leech Liquid and Berserker's Brew in midair to halt yourself and charge an extra burst, allowing you to get slightly farther than normal without touching the ground. This is most useful with the Leech Liquid because it has a significantly longer drinking animation than the Berserker's Brew, but this tech is relatively useless and overshadowed by just using regular bursts or the Fleet Flasks for speed. The final category is the momentum killers, the name I have given to the miscellaneous group of relics that have very little in common other than their property of halting momentum. The Staff of Striking is mostly an offensive weapon, and an extremely powerful one at that, but is relatively useless for movement, except maybe for saving yourself from bursting into spikes or a pit if you've already used your double jump. It also gives you a little float if used while ascending. The Staff of Surging gives Plague an uppercut attack that can be used in the air and on the ground, and a burst cannot be charged during it. He also ignores all modifiers, such as wind, while in the animation and for a short time after. This ability is quite useful for giving yourself an extra boost at the end of chains of bursts, and is also quite useful for saving yourself because it can be used quickly in succession. Finally, the VAT is an extremely powerful movement option that gives Plague a new platform to stand on, and resets his double jump, allowing him to use more than one before landing. And with Plague, more double jumps means more opportunities to burst. The VAT allows for Plague to stay in the air for an extremely long time before coming down, and allows for interesting tricks such as the VAT skip and Stranded Ship, as well as screen wrap glitches that let you skip rooms. Thank you for watching this Plague Knight movement tutorial. Check out my other videos which include more tutorials and speedruns.